everybody, so I am here today with another video, and this video is actually based on the experience which I had through my job. Now, through my job we were able to volunteer for a first aid and CPR certification course, and I am one of those people that I love doctor shows. I love the actual doctor shows, you know, that you would see the actual procedure done, and then those ones that you see the TV doctor shows. I enjoy those too. So when I saw this opportunity, I was like, yes, I want to go, because to be honest, I think it's something everybody should know to do, first aid and CPR, because you don't know, you could potentially save a life. Nonetheless, through this course I found out a number of things which I thought were the correct ways to handle certain medical like mishaps, but they really weren't. There are these medical myths that a lot of people, some of them I certainly thought were true, but I came to find out that they're not. So I figured, let me bring this to you, let me enlighten you guys, let me let you all know. So the first one that I found out about, which I thought was the correct way to do stuff, was when you have a nosebleed. So the majority of the times you would see people say, okay, pinch your nose and hold your head backward. I have seen this a number of times, both on TV and in person, and I found out this is not the correct way to handle a nosebleed. Rather than holding your head backward, you're supposed to hold your head forward. And if you think about it, it does make sense, because if your nose is bleeding and you hold your head backward, you're gonna be basically pumping out blood through your nose canal all the way back down through your system, which you could potentially choke on. Rather, you're supposed to hold it forward and let the blood drip. Obviously you would have a tissue, gauze, something to try to stop the blood from dripping out all over the place, but you're supposed to hold your nose and your head forward when you have a nosebleed. Another myth or thing that I see a lot on TV and stuff is, like, if you have some kind of substance on your hand, and let's say that it's a powdery substance, and the person just puts their hand under water just to wash it off. Now, when you're dealing with chemicals and toxins and substances, if you don't know what it is, a lot of the substances are activated by water. So when you put that dust, that mixture, that residue on your hand, and you put it under water and it is activated by water, you know what that's gonna do. That is either gonna corrode or start to eat away, start to disintegrate your hand, or wherever that dust was, wherever that chemical or whatever was on your body. If it's activated by water and you put water to wash it off, that's what it's gonna do to you. It's gonna do harm, not good. So I found out the correct way to handle substances that you're not sure about is to dust it off first. Dust off as much as you can, and then proceed to washing off the whatever. That was gonna minimize any potential harm that can be done. So another myth for me was handling someone that has a seizure. So I have seen on TV, like, tons of times, people saying to put a spoon in the person's mouth, the person that is having a seizure. And through the course, I was enlightened to the fact that this is not the correct way to handle it. When I found the reasoning, I was like, that does make sense. Think about it. If someone is having a seizure, they don't have any control of their body at all, and you're gonna put a metal spoon in their mouth, they could potentially bite down on that spoon, they could chip a tooth, they could break out the tooth completely, they could even break their jaw, which is going counter to what you want to happen. You want the person to be as safe as possible. You don't want to cause them any harm. So we were told that the correct way to handle someone having a seizure is just to remove any objects, anything like that from around the person, and let their body just go through the seizure. There is nothing that you can do to prevent this. Just let their body go through it don't put anything in their mouth. So another medical myth that I found out about through the course was not putting ice on burns. Now, the reason for this is that when you have a burn, you're exposing the underlying layers of the epidermis of the skin. So when you do that and you place ice on those burns, you are going to potentially damage the tissue even further, which is going to be very fragile. You can even cause frostbite. So the best thing to do is to put cool room temperature water on burns. You don't want to put ice water because that's the same thing as putting ice. So if you have a burn, cool room temperature water is the best way to handle that. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video. In the comments below, let me know if you know of any other medical myths, or if you believe any of these myths to be true, or if you knew that they weren't true. Let me know in the comments below. So if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a massive thumbs up, and if you haven't already, click my face right there and subscribe to my channel. So until next time, bye bye.